Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Please accept my humble obeisances. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. This is Aditi Devi Dasi from Canada. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Aditi Mataji, Danvat Pranam, all grace to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, Mataji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Go ahead.
Hare Krishna Padmasaki Mataji, Danvat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Gandharvika Devi Dasi from Texas.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji, Danvat Pranam, all grace to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, Mataji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Danvat Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. This is Arvind Das from India. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Arvind Daksh Prabhuji, Danvat Pranam, all grace to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you for joining every day, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Padmasaki Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances, Jai Shri Prabhupada. This is Priti Devi Dasi.
Hare Krishna, Priti Vilasni Mataji, Danvat Pranam, all grace to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, Mataji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Padmasaki Mataji, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. And Guru Maharaj is my humble obeisances to you and all the devotees. This is Krishna Kumari Devi Dasi from Radha.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Kumari Mataji, Danvat Pranam, all grace to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, Mataji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, all glories to Sri Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Please accept my humble obeisance to you and assembled Zoom devotees. I am Chalna Lakshmi from Malaysia. Thank you very much and Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, sorry, can you please tell your name once again? I didn't get it.
Charana Lakshmi.
What was that?
Charana Lakshmi.
Charana Lakshmi.
Oh, Charana Lakshmi. Very nice name, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Charana Lakshmi Mataji. Dandvat Pranam, always to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, Mataji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Padmasaki Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to the assembled devotees. This is Anita from Sharjah. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Anita Mataji. Dandvat Pranam, always to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, Mataji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Danvat Pranam, all glories to Prabhupada, all glories to Guru Maharaj, all glories to assembled devotees. This is Mohini Lakshmi from Detroit.
Hare Krishna, Mohini Lakshmi Mataji, Danvat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, Mataji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Padmasaki Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances, all glories to Srila Prabhupada and Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. And to all the assembled devotees, this is Megha from Naperville. Hare Krishna, happy Ekadashi.
Hare Krishna, Megha Mataji, Danvat Pranam, always to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, Mataji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Danvat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Shri Guru and Gauranga and all the assembled devotees. Yashamati from Chicago. Happy Ekadashi to everyone.
Hare Krishna, Yashamati Mataji, Danvat Pranam, always to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, Mataji, and happy Ekadasi to you and everybody on the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Danvat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to all the devotees. This is Sushmita from Canada. Happy Ekadasi Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you so much for joining the call. Please keep joining Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Padmasaki Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and all the assembled devotees. This is Indulekha Karna Devi Dasi from Lincoln. Wishing everyone a very happy Ekadashi. Prabhuji has joined Mataji.
Mataji, should we do the introduction?
Yes, Mataji, go ahead. I'm ready.
Okay.
Can't hear you, Mataji.
You know what, Mataji? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
I can introduce myself also. There's a
Sure, Prabhuji. That's
the best introduction. I know myself the best.
If you allow me, I will introduce you, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam.
Okay, I don't know what the management is.
Okay, I will introduce you, Prabhuji. Just give us a minute. We are very fortunate to have Keshavanand Prabhuji today, this morning. This is a brief introduction. He doesn't need any introduction. Everybody knows Keshavanand Prabhuji, but I will introduce him. So Grace Keshavanand Prabhuji was a professional doctor prior to becoming a full-time practicing monk. For the past 20 years, he has conducted extensive research and authored books in the field of science and spirituality. He feels the rift between science and spirituality must disappear to bring peace in the world. Keshavanand Prabhuji has studied both Vedic and Western philosophy. Besides learning Sanskrit, he also learned Bengali, Gujarati, Marathi, and Kannada to know about other traditions. His persistent endeavor in the field of science and spirituality has enabled him to come with the seminars on diverse topics like science and the Vedas, mind and machines, science fails to explain life, consciousness, and beyond, etc., that he has presented in various colleges in India, Europe, and America. Under the guidance of his spiritual master, His Grace Bhaktivikas Swami, he has also started a Gurukul, a traditional system of Vedic education in Punjab, India, where children learn the ancient Vedic culture and values. He has also started a farm community that follows a traditional way of living with mud huts and thatched roofs and cows and of course, farming. The communities will set a model for the world to show how to live a life based on the principle of simple living, high thinking. Over to you, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam.
Okay. Please go ahead. We have to change this, I think. Yeah. कैसे करना है? ऊपर करो. Yeah. Let's do it like this. इसको tilt करना है. I don't know. Okay, let's start. No problems. Let me start. Okay, no problems. Okay, so everybody can hear my voice, or am I?
Yes, Prabhuji, we can hear you.
Fine. I have to read the verse to start with.
Yes, Prabhu.
This Canto 6, Chapter 2, Text 35. Can anybody else read the verse for me? I can't.
Sure, Prabhuji. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 6, Chapter 2, Text 35. Soham tatha yatisyami yata chittendriya nila yatana bhuya atmanam andhe tamasi majjaye. Translation: I am such a sinful person, but since I have now gotten this opportunity, I must completely control my mind, life, and senses, and always engage in devotional service, so that I may not fall again into the deep darkness and ignorance of material life. Purport: by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Every one of us should have this determination. We have been elevated to an exalted position by the mercy of Krishna and the spiritual master. And if we remember that this is a great opportunity and pray to Krishna that we will not fall again, our lives will be successful. Hare Krishna. Please take over.
Okay, so I'll just begin from here. Om Namo Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuraniyatam Tasmai Shri Guru Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Krishnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamini Namane Namaste Saraswati Deve Sunnavadi Vaishnava. So this is a verse. If I'm not audible, please tell me. I hope so. I'm audible here. So this is a verse, Srimad Bhagavatam 6 Canto 2nd Chapter 35 verse. Just remove this. Soham tatha yatishyami yata chityendriyanila yatha na bhuya atmanam andhe tamasi majjaye. Yeah, this is a verse. Yeah. And it begins with a sentence, I am such a sinful person. So aham, I'm such a sinful person, but since I've gotten this opportunity of Krishna consciousness, as is thinking, I must completely control my mind, life senses, and always engage in devotional service so that I may not fall again into deep darkness of ignorance of material life. Andhe tamasi majjay, that's the line Prabhupada is translating. Andhe means darkness, tamasi means ignorance, majjay means drown. And bhuya means again. So what he's saying, what is the point here? The point is that this is, I think this is, what's this, Ajamil? Yeah, Ajamil. So what he's saying is, Ajamil has realized that he's a sinful person. He's realizing the fact he's a sinful man. In fact, he was really involved in sinful reactions and sinful actions almost much of his life with that, I know, that useless prostitute, what she was doing, but he got involved with him. So, and he got many kids, we all know. And when he says, I'm such a simple person, yeah, it's not a big surprise. But but the point is not of his, the point is our story. Because we like to think we have not done so much sins as a family. We are not a sinful man or woman, and we have spent a pious life, and then we are doing Krishna consciousness, so that's okay. So we are not supposed to think like him. But Vallabhacharya comments on this, and he says, well, we are not talking about this life. That's the idea there. So many past lives we might have done even worse thing than a Jamil. We have to remember that. The question is not of this life only, and the question is eternal life in the past and in the future, and what we have done. How can we be sure that we had done sinful actions in the past life? Well, it's not. I mean to say, the question should be the other way around. How can we be sure that we have done something good in previous lives? Because if we would have done something good, I mean to say, definitely we would have done some devotional thing in last life. We would have done some devotion. We would not have been born as a human. We should have been elevated in higher planets. Or we would have been back to Golok, back to Godhead. And we definitely, we might not have done something good actions, because if we would have done something good, we would have been born in Satyuga, Treta, Krita. Why Kali Yuga? It is said Kali Yuga, all sinful souls are born. And we are one of them. There are nothing unique there about us. So we are all sinful. That's for confirmed. Simply our birth proves and gives evidence we are all sinful. And that is why we are born here in Kali Yuga, in this planet Earth, not on higher planets. So it is very easy to say and admit, I am a sinful person. It's not just for Jamil, remember that. That is why there is a verse in Sanskrit which we speak daily before sleeping. Aprada sahasrani aharnisham kriyate maya. What's after that? Aharnisham kriyate maya. Something I just forgot. What's that? Can
दासोऽहम् इति मामित्वा
क्रियन्ते हर्निशम्मया दासोऽहम् इति मत्वा क्षमस्व मधुसूदन.
Yeah, Dasamiti Madhvasamasva Madhusudana. Yeah. Daily we are supposed to speak, and so we speak. I've done innumerable sins and innumerable offenses. In fact, Jiva Goswami says, what's the proof that we have done offenses? We have done sins that I have proved. What's the proof that we have done offenses in previous lives? Well, it's easy because we have done offenses in previous life. That's why we don't have Nam Ruchi. Simple. In spite of hearing so much about Krishna and his devotional service and holy names, still we have no attraction for holy names. Durdaevami Drishami Hajani. So what's this? This is a result of offenses. So I've done so many Apradha Sahastrani Kirte. Daily I do offenses, not in this life and even previous lives.
Prabhuji's network, there is a problem.
Yes, Mataji.
Okay. You can hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
So where did I leave you? Anybody? I don't know. Anybody has to tell me where did you?
Aprad Sahastrani.
Oh, really? Okay. Okay. So I was okay. Fine. I was saying that what Jamil is saying. I am a sinful man. For us, this I am a sinful person. It's not humility. That's the idea.
Prabhuji, you're saying that aprad, we have done aprad. What is the proof that we have not done aprad last life?
Oh, that's why you got disconnected, huh?
Ji, Prabhuji.
Okay, so what I was saying is that that we have done offenses in previous life, and what's the proof of that? The proof of that is we have done offenses in previous life. The proof of that is that we don't have Nam Ruchi. We don't have, even after hearing so much, we have not developed any attraction for chanting the holy names. This is due to offenses. That's the whole idea. So it means we have done offenses and sins in previous lives. So if we say I am a sinful man, that is a woman, a man or woman, that's not a gesture of humbleness, by the way. We might say to other devotees, see, I am sinful, but people think it's a gesture of humbleness. But no, that's reality, by the way. It is reality for us. When Mahaprabhu says, I am sinful, my Lord, I am fallen, that is humbleness. When we say, it's reality. So you don't have to be humble to speak, I am a sinful person. The humbleness is not required for that. You simply have to accept this fact, this reality. We are sinful, and that's it. That's all. Just as it is reality for Jamil in this life, for us it is reality for millions of previous lives. That's the whole point. So just like today, one devotee was asking me when I was giving lecture that Prabhuji, so I was speaking on developing separation for Krishna. the whole aim of life is to develop and experience separation from Krishna. That's what Mahaprabhu taught us, love in separation. So one devotee was asking Prabhuji, how should we, I mean, how should we practice separation, feeling separation? Well, the answer was that you don't have to practice feeling separation. You have to accept that you're separated from Krishna. If you have to practice separation, that has to be practiced in Golok, because Krishna is there, and then you have to practice. You have to go away somewhere, hide somewhere and practice, I'm separated. But there's a reality. I mean, you don't have to practice feeling separation. You have to accept I'm separated. So that's why Bhagavatam says, Vedyam Vastavam Vastuvatra Shivadam Tapyanam Velenam. Vedyam Vastavam. Vastavam, the reality. That is why we talk about reality. That's why we talk about Tattva. The word Tattva is used. What is real? What is illusion? The more we accept reality, the more we are closer to Krishna. Reality is we are sinful, we are offensive, we are separated from Krishna, we don't have attraction for holy name. That's reality. If we think I'm not sinful, and Krishna is there with me 24 hours, it's all wrong. It's illusion. You are simply imagining and speaking lies to yourself. So Krishna doesn't want anything from us. Krishna wants the first step is Krishna wants we should accept truth. What we are, where we are. Otherwise, you don't take the next step. We don't take the next step. So that's why when Ajamil is saying, I am such a sinful person, when we read this statement as devotees, I think as a devotee, we all feel that, oh, Ajamil is such a sinful person, but I am million of times more sinful than him. A real devotee will think like that when he's going to think. I'm millions of times more sinful than Ajamil. At least, why? Because at least Ajamil is accepting he's a sinful person, but we don't even accept that. We don't accept. I mean to say, you might think you accept, but you might be, but as far as I'm concerned, we don't think much about this statement, I'm a sinful person. We think something else, or we're thinking something else, but this is what is reality. So this statement is very appropriate for all of us. I'm such a sinful man. And then he says, but there's a hope. But there's a hope. Okay, I'm sinful, I am offensive. But there's a ray of hope, and the ray of hope is I've got this opportunity to serve Lord Krishna. And that's what he's saying. Tatha yatishyami soham tatha. I've got this opportunity. It comes from the previous verse. Got this opportunity to serve Krishna. So that's a ray of hope there in my sinful, offensive life. A small beam of light, small opening, a door where we can look up to a hope in this hell of our sinful lives, our sinful mind. And that hope, or hope against hope, whatever, that hope makes us continue our devotion. So it's not that gates of spiritual world is broad open for us and we just walk in. It's not like that. Welcome, my dear devotee, spiritual world is waiting for you. It's not like that. It doesn't happen like that. In fact, Christ, he said to one of his disciples that if you don't serve my Father seriously and sincerely, I'll be the first person to throw you away from the kingdom of my Father. That's the whole point there. So doors of spiritual world are not open for us. It's not a royal walk in spiritual world. That doesn't happen. The point is, the doors of spiritual world are narrow and low. That is what all scripture says. It's a narrow and low. It's difficult to pass through. So there is a small entry there, and only the humble of humblest and the meek of meekest they can enter. Nobody else can enter. So, and that's what Arabacharya says. That's the mood we have to develop. I mean to say, you see in ISKCON, we have heard that Srila Prabhupada has given a backdoor entry to Golok. You might have heard this expression. But can you open this door? And it's so stuffy here. So Srila Prabhupada has said, okay, yeah, so he had said, but the point is, we can't take advantage of this statement. Devotees, acharyas are very merciful. In all the, if you read all the prayers of Rupa Goswami in the end, he writes that yes, anybody who speaks these prayers, they will get entry into spiritual world. So yeah, all these blessings are there. Srila Prabhupada said that I have a backdoor entry in spiritual world in Golok. But we can't take advantage of these statements. That's the whole idea. What Prabhupada does, he does. What we have to do, and we have to make a plan to enter through the front door. We can't wait and, okay, backdoor entry, so we don't have to do anything. It's crazy. Then all doors are closed. So that's the point. We have got this opportunity to serve Krishna. In fact, we should not have got this opportunity to serve Krishna. That's what our life is. That's what our life is all about. Prabodhanand Saraswati writes this verse, Dharma asprishtaha. He writes this verse that people who have not practiced dharma in their entire life, people who have, so what to say of practice, they have not even touched the concept of dharma. What to say of that? People who have not even heard the word dharma. People like us, he's talking about us, not our neighbors. We didn't even hear the word dharma. And to say, before ISKCON, we didn't even know what is Gita, what is God. So Prabodhana Saraswati says to these kind of people who are lowest of lowest, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has appeared to give them love of God, a proposal to give love of God. Okay, here's a proposal, you follow this and you attain love of God. So even this proposal that you can attain love of God by this process, even for that we are not qualified. There's such a level of deep darkness of ignorance. That's what Jamil says here. So that I may not fall again into deep darkness and ignorance of this material life. Some acharyas says that, some saints say that we are fit for only one thing, to be doomed in hell forever. That's our destiny. You might not accept, that's your problem, but that's reality. At least for me, that should happen. But it's not happening. There are some Vaishnavas, some saints who came mercifully and you introduced to us some devotional service, and we're trying to practice in a broken way whatever we can, some kind of service, and then we confidently say, I'll go back to Golok. Well, this is not rubbish. We're going nowhere, by the way. We are going nowhere. First of all, let us block this truth. That's what we are. But when you accept this, we are going nowhere. Then a ray of hope will open for you. Because God, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, didn't come for righteous people. He came for sinful people. He didn't come for good people. He came for bad people. That's his avatar. And his only condition is, you please accept what you are. And I'm going to help you. So when we accept we are going nowhere, then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy will descend, and then we will see a ray of hope, a ray of light in night, a dark, no moonlight, a small ray of hope. And that is what is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy. So that is why he says, I have now got this opportunity. And then he says, because I've got this opportunity, a ray of hope, and this doesn't come again and again. So I must completely control my mind, life, and senses. Yata chitte indriya anilaha. I must control my life, senses, and air, and I must always serve Krishna. That's the idea there. You see, when this hope to attain Krishna combines with utter dejection and rejection that I cannot attain Krishna. When these two things come together, there's hope to attain Krishna, but at the same time, I can never attain Krishna. When these two things come together, then from that determination is born. Then we are determined. Okay, I could never even think of hearing who is Radha, who is Krishna. I could have never thought, my life was such a nonsense. But nevertheless, by mercy of Vaishnavas or whatever, I've got this opportunity, so I should not miss it. Then we become determined. Just like, for example, a beggar. If you tell a beggar, he's a beggar from birth, and he has lived his whole life on the streets like a pauper. But then you tell him, well, in 2 months, you can get 1 crore rupees, $1 million within 2 months. But you have to do this. And now he will do anything to fulfill those dictates. He will say, you give me complete list, no problem. I will do everything. Because why? Because he got a hope. Okay, whole life I was a beggar. Now I'm going to get $1 million. Isn't it? So if you tell him, so if you want $1 million, finally you have to cut a small piece of flesh and give to us. You say, okay, no problem. There's a lot of flesh. $1 million. He can do anything. That's the idea there. Why he will be so determined for $1 million? Because he spent his whole life as a beggar. That is why that is his dream. He spent his dream in that whole life, and now there's an opportunity. You see? Or he might not even dreamt that he would get $1 million. He would have just accepted, this is my life. Suddenly this opportunity falls, and he says, oh, come on, I should not miss. That's the whole idea. But if you say to a millionaire, after 2 months you're going to get $1 million, and these are the conditions, you say, come on, get lost. I don't want to follow conditions. I already have this much. So that's the idea. If we feel like a beggar in spiritual life, to feel like beggar is that I don't have any hope. I am a sinful man, a woman, and my case is rejected to begin with, even to begin with. But then Mahaprabhu comes and he says, no, okay, there is an opportunity for you. And you can attain love of God, but you have to follow this. Then determination is born. So determination is born of humbleness and hope. When these two things come together, humbleness and hope, then from that determination to do devotion is born. And that's what is happening with the Jamil. I must completely control my mind, life, senses, and always engage in devotional service. Ajamil lost all hope of devotional life. He said, come on, I have for this prostitute, and then I have done so many nonsense things. He might have even killed people, assassinated them, and gambling and this and that. He might have lost all. He might have said, come on, I'm fit for hell. But here he gets an opportunity and he says, come on, Now I'm not going to never miss it. So until unless you don't feel hopelessness, you will never get determination. So feeling hopelessness will not make you depressed, will not keep you down in devotional service. Hopelessness, as far as we are concerned, when then there is a ray of hope from the other side of this world. And then we are determined, I have to perfect my life, because even that ray of hope which comes from the other side, that is a great mercy on us. It's a great mercy in this darkness of ignorance. And that for that mercy, we are always obliged. And we have to feel obliged. And we have to reciprocate with that mercy. Truly, with our true heart, without betraying, without cheating. And then we'll be completely determined. Come on, whatsoever comes, whatsoever this word says, let them speak, it doesn't matter. Then it is between you and God. And then nobody's in between. No people, no institution, no ideas, no your preformed concepts. It's you and him. It's you who is a hopeless subject, and it's him who gives hope to people who have lost all. And then there is a relationship between God and us. Otherwise, there's no relationship. That's why he says, I must control so that I may not fall into deep darkness of ignorance, so that I may not again fall into ignorance. Again, falling into ignorance means so that I must do my best so that I don't again do any offense. That's the idea. And by offense, we mean, I was explaining today, we can speak offense in a very let's say technical philosophical language, we say offense, but in the language of love we say betrayal. So Krishna gives you a hope, and then you don't reciprocate properly by controlling your senses and again enjoying this material world, what we have been doing since millions of lives. It's what do we call this? It's betrayal, it's cheating. You have betrayed Krishna. There's a breach of trust on the path of love. That's what this is. There's no other understanding than this. So Ajamil is very, very cautious of this fact. He says, now I don't want to spoil my relationship with Krishna. He's Madhuram, Madhuram. He's beautiful. He's always giving us hope. But I don't want to spoil his mood by again doing something nonsense. And that hurts a devotee a lot. Or if he does something which is not what Krishna expects. But Krishna is so nice. He's very smart. He will help you to come around again into devotional life in a very smart way, in a way that you are punished, and in a way in which you are perhaps not punished but blessed in the end after you go through all the punishment. And then you will say that, yeah, this is Krishna. His working style is something inconceivable and something very sweet. He helps his devotees like that. So that is all about Krishna consciousness. Ajamil is experiencing all these kind of sentiments in his heart. And this verse is not about some statements. It's not about statements. If you think it's about statements, you're wrong. It's about feelings of a devotee, what he's experiencing in his heart. And if we start experiencing the same feelings in our heart, then we can attain Krishna, his blessings, just like Ajamil did. So Bhagavatam is not just words and statements which we have to just analyze, and it's not like that. You'll miss the whole point. These are all feelings of a devotee, but to understand and to ramify those feelings, we need philosophy. Otherwise, we can't enter these feelings. The key to these feelings is philosophy. And so there's a link between philosophy and feelings. So, and Bhagavatam is very unique in this thing because Sukadeva Goswami is expert in synthesizing philosophy with feelings. And that is why Vyasadeva came to hear him. Devala, Asita, all these great devotees, they came to hear him. Although Bhagavatam is written by Vyasadeva. So that's the point of Srimad Bhagavatam. That is there in this verse. I wish to end here because I wish to take some questions because I have less time. I have some other meeting. So any questions now you want to ask?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for such a wonderful class. So it was really a deep meaning. The word when you told it's betrayal, we have betrayed Lord Shri Krishna. So because he is giving so many chances, but we are not listening and we are falling again to this material world. So, and also about the determination point which you told, which we should have after committing so many sins. Yes, we are sinful, but still if we have the determination and we are coming to the devotees association, we will get that determination to go to the right path. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for such a wonderful class. And forum is now open for the questions, dear devotees. Before going to the question and answer section, I would like to say that please refrain from asking any personal questions. So any questions related to the class will be wonderful. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Jyoti Mataji.
Yeah, Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranam, yes, Prabhuji. What a wonderful class, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. I think I missed out with the answer what you said, the hope and determination. So the reciprocation, what you said was, I was a little bit confused how we would reciprocate.
Well, Krishna gives us a hope to a person who is completely hopeless.
Yes.
And and that's an extraordinary mercy. I mean to say, why should anybody give hope to anybody who's hopeless? I mean to say, hopeless is a very big word and very positive word for us. Hopeless. We are hopeless. We are even beyond. We are even lower than hopeless. But then Krishna gives us hope. So it's his extraordinary mercy. I mean to say, what to experience his hope and use his hope to go forward. In fact, the very fact he gives us hope, that's a big mercy, and we are indebted to that, and so we have to reciprocate by doing his service with full determination.
Okay,
that's the idea. Right. That's why he's saying, and I'm determined to serve you.
Okay, thank you, Prabhuji, for your association.
Thank you, Aditi Mataji. Jyoti Mataji, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you so much for a wonderful class. Prabhuji, actually, in the last class which you took, you just put up a question like, what is the difference between enjoying Prasadam and serving Prasadam, or enjoying Bhagavatam and serving Bhagavatam? You just...
Yeah, what's the answer? Answer, yeah. You reminded me the question. Yeah. What's the answer? Okay, enjoying Prasadam, serving Prasadam. The difference is, if we enjoy Prasadam, then... Oh, Prasadam. Prasadam starts here. There's a bell. Anyway, if we enjoy Prasadam, then what will happen is we will feel lazy, sleepy after taking Prasadam. But if we are serving Prasadam, then after honoring Prasadam, first of all, if we are serving Prasadam, we will get remembrance about Krishna. If we are enjoying Prasadam, we will not get remembrance about Krishna. Automatically, we get remembrance about Krishna. Mahaprabhu says, when Mahaprabhu is honoring Prasadam, serving, then he gets remembrance of Krishna, and he says, well, I can experience the sweetness of the lips of Krishna in this food, in this Prasadam. So when you serve, because the rule is you find Krishna in service. Krishna is there in his service. So you find him there. You don't find him, Krishna, in enjoyment. So that's one point. And the another point is, after honoring, if we are really served Prasadam, Then after honoring Prasadam, we'll feel so indebted to Krishna because he has given us food to sustain our lives. So we'll feel so much indebted that our service attitude will increase millions and millions of times, and we will want to do something to Krishna to repay this debt, which cannot be repaid after every meal, after every bite. That's the difference between enjoying Prasadam and serving Prasadam. Similarly with Bhagavatam, we enjoy Bhagavatam, then we don't remember Krishna. We might imagine something, but we don't remember Krishna, and we don't even experience the. Okay, so let me put it like this: if we enjoy Bhagavatam, then we don't experience Krishna's presence in our life or Krishna's presence in our soul. But if we serve Bhagavatam, if we read Bhagavatam in mood of service, then we'll experience Krishna very close to us. That experience will be there, and we will remember his pastime spontaneously. That's what, and then of course we'll get a lot of enthusiasm to reciprocate with him and to serve him in all the ways. So that's it between enjoying and serving, even in a very broad sense.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Mataji, please. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. That was really very helpful. So got a clear view on how to enjoy and how to serve the Srimad Bhagavatam. Next is Shakshi Saxena Mataji. Please go ahead.
Hare Krishna. You said about backdoor entry and front door entry. I have listened this statement, but I don't know what's the exact difference. Another thing, I just want to know what are the activities involved in front door entry and back door entry. Another thing, why there is a requirement to enter from front door? I mean, what's the difference between these two?
Well, Prabhupada said backdoor means that even if you don't practice strongly, I will take you back to Godhead. That's the idea. By my mercy. It's not literally backdoor or front door. There's a meaning to this. But front door means you have to do sadhana properly, and then you have to put all efforts and then go ahead. Backdoor means you get some kripa siddhi and extraordinary mercy, and you allowed him. So Prabhupada said, Prabhupada can do that. He's an acharya. But at the same time, that's what I was saying. But at the same time, you should not take undue advantage of what Prabhupada says. I'll give you extraordinary mercy and I'll take you. We have to do our the best, and we have to plan to enter the front door by putting all efforts and then leave it to Prabhupada. That's what I was saying.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Balram Prasad Prabhuji, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna. Keshavanand Prabhu, Dandvat Pranam. Thank you for that answer, that serving and enjoying. Prabhu, the class, I was thinking this is, looks like you're pointing to me. I have a feeling like that. So why I feel that whenever I express something that, I'm kind of imitating, so I am not, I am humble and so on. So you remember what I'm talking, right?
Yeah.
So initially when we say something, oh, I am fallen and so on. So that means I'm showing off. Sometimes it might not be a reality, as you said. So how do we get out of all this, bro? The imitation nature there.
The only way to get out of this is, I'll tell you. Trinadapi Sunni Chena, humbleness really means to give up sense gratification. That's what I was talking in today's lecture somewhere. All this, what we say, I am humble and this and that, and we do dandavats and all this. There are points, but there are probably 10 points for this. As far as we talk about humbleness, for real humbleness, 90 points are to give up sense gratification. So when we give up sense gratification, then real sentiments, they arise without cheating, without confusion, as you said. So we should try for that. In the eyes of God, leaving sense gratification is real humbleness. Why? Because Because if we enjoy this material world, then we are telling to Krishna that Krishna, I am your competitor. You are the enjoyer, and here I am also an enjoyer. This is crap. This is not humbleness. So humbleness is you are the one and I am nothing. I'm not the enjoyer. So that's the whole idea there. All scriptures, all acharyas, they say that yes, leaving sense gratification is real humbleness. So we should try for that. Rest is all confusing, as you said. It's just a 10 points in eyes of Krishna. It doesn't have any much value.
So that
We
means
can say whatever.
It clearly shows that I am still in sense gratification, and that's why
I don't know, you and me both together.
No, I'm just telling, because if that sense gratification nature is there, then all this will come automatically. And if you don't have that sense gratification nature, then the words, even what we talk, it comes from the heart, which is not.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. It is the same. I'll give you an example. It's just like okay, let me give you an example. It's just like a girl. She says to a boy, "I love you." Now she says, "I love you." Okay, that's a statement she makes. But then I mean to say, she doesn't express her love by talking to him, of exchanging gifts, or maybe going somewhere, to roam on a beach or somewhere. So then her statement doesn't hold any value in the eyes of the boy. He says, "What? You're just speaking." But at the same time, if she does everything, she goes for a gift, gives gift, talks to him, goes here, roam about here and there, and then I mean, there's a whole day she's doing, and whole month, and after a month she speaks, "I love you." That is a heavy statement for that boy. He says, "Okay, I was waiting for the statement." So you see the value of "I'm sinful," and it doesn't help if we don't leave sense gratification. But if we leave sense gratification, then this is a statement what Krishna is waiting. I'm a sinful man. So for most of us, because our life is sense gratification, we don't even really think about leaving sense gratification. These statements doesn't hold value in the eyes of God. In the eyes of man, it can hold good, but not in the eyes of God. You have to remember that.
Wow. Thank you, Prabhu. I always inspired with your talk. When I first met you in Sunnyvale, California.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, you met me in Sunnyvale? Okay.
Yes, Prabhu. That's how I know you. Thank you. It's always finished.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, one more last question is there in the chat. Yeah. Shall I read it?
Yeah, just.
Maya is already powerful. I try to do. There are tough times. I don't want to betray, but interruption others. So this situation is lower platform than we know where we can go by practice. Is this helplessness? Please correct me. Jyoti Mataji is asking.
Yeah, it's helplessness. You have to pray to get a proper guidance from Krishna from within. But it also takes time. Remember that. It doesn't happen in one day. You have to be patient also and keep on going. That's very important. It takes years of practice to come to a level. So patiently, that's why Rupa Goswami said there should be enthusiasm, but at the same time there should be patience. Otherwise, this process doesn't work like that. It's a fast process, but it takes time because we are unable to apply it properly. That's the whole point. Okay, so I think I'm going to end up here.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. I don't see any more. One. Do you have time, Prabhuji? One hand raise.
Yeah, Priyanka Mataji is there. Yeah. She's.
Please go ahead.
She's going to. For Priyanka Mataji, you're going to have a sad story, something, or tell me.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, no sad story. Prabhuji, lots of things in Krishna consciousness. And sometimes I feel, how can I do like this? Sometimes we feel so weak. चीजें इतनी सारी हैं और हम इतने कमजोर हैं भक्ति में करने के लिए.
Well, it's a wrong statement you're making. Not sometimes. Most of the times we feel weak.
Yeah. शायद मैं तो हमेशा ही हूँ, लेकिन और भक्त मुझसे अच्छे होंगे.
Sometimes we feel strong. Sometimes.
Yes, actually.
We are all, is it like that? It's like that. Uh-huh. Okay, what's your question?
अच्छा प्रभु जी, अभी एक दिन पहले आपका लेक्चर था, हाँ, तो उसमें आपने जप के लिए कहा था कि अगर आप जप अच्छे से नहीं करेंगे तो आप भक्ति में टिक ही नहीं पाएंगे. वो 2 दिन तो लेक्चर सुनकर हमने कहा भाई भक्ति में तो रहना है, भक्ति छोड़कर नहीं जाना है. 2-3 दिन जब इतना अच्छा हुआ, बहुत अच्छा. लेकिन फिर वही पिछले उस पर ढर्रे पर, तो ये फिर थोड़ा वो लगता है कि कैसे होगा.
Yeah, you're right. If we don't chant properly, we are going nowhere. I mean to say, especially for congregation. Congregation, it's messed up chanting, and
Hare Krishna.
I don't know. It's my perception.
Prabhuji, sorry for interrupting. Can you, can Mataji say the question in English?
Yeah. I repeated the
the
question. The question is, she's saying that if we don't chant nicely, then we can attain. We will go nowhere. We will not attain Krishna. I told this in one of my class. So she's saying, well, sometimes we chant nicely, but most of the times, again, our chanting is messed up. So then, is there any hope? That's a question. So the answer is, without proper chanting, there is no hope, no bonus marks, nothing is going to happen. You're going to stay here. Krishna can also not help in this, and we have to do something about this. Especially congregation, I have seen they are absolutely messed up chanting. That's what I feel. They don't have time, first of all, job, then children, then wife, this work, that work, then just in morning, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, something they finish their rounds because they have taken initiation. That's a problem. So they have to finish, and that's it. But that doesn't help. So you might chant your rounds, but you have not taken the holy name. There's a difference between chanting holy names, between taking holy name and chanting. So very few people take holy name, they simply chant. Those who take holy name, very few of them have Nam Ruchi, taste in holy name. So what to do, I mean to say, congregation, I don't know what's the solution for congregation. They either they leave their wives or husband or something. I don't know what to do, but you can't do like that. You have household life, you have your duties. What you can do is you can save time from your chit chat on your phones, and some practical thing I'm telling. Something, or save time from the YouTube and nonsense things what you see, and most of the household people they waste time on that. And you all know that is no secret there, because there's nobody to look up, there's nobody to warn you you're doing something wrong. So save time and chant properly. It's not that you have to finish your chanting in 1.5 hours, 2 hours. You can take half an hour more, but chant nicely. Because only by chanting we get realizations, by chanting we get shown the way. Holy name is everything. That's the key. Prabhupada said so many times, and that's a tragedy in Krishna conscious movement. There are two things we should be doing, but we don't. Nobody does. One thing is to discuss about Krishna. I have not seen anybody discussing about Krishna, and I don't. That's a tragedy. Nobody discusses it. The point I'm making is we might be discussing philosophy and all these things, but we don't talk about Krishna, his form, his pastimes, his beauty. I've not seen anybody. We can talking about Gita, Bhagavatam, and that's okay. That's required. And nobody chants properly. Two basic foundations are missing, and that's where devotees don't advance. And then they say we are doing so much, but they're not advancing. What to do, what not to do? Well, do basics. These are basics. So how to do it? Take good association. Try to do these two things. Rest, your way will be cleared off. You'll be shown the way if we do these two things nicely. That's all. I've seen devotees finishing their rounds. They chant in a messed way. So there's a Prabhupada
Just
disciple,
keep a timer also and chant, right?
A timer,
You keep
how's
a
it?
timer. Then within this time I have to finish this sound.
It's
So
crazy.
like that.
It's madness. You know,
Rushing.
it's madness. You can't do like that. Atma Prabhu used to say that congregation has a machine gun chanting. Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. If we chant together, you know, you will come to know how devotees are chanting. So that it's messed up. So
Prabhuji, only 2 days I chant nightly after listening your lecture, and my chanting is so nice. And next time I really want to do japa.
So after 2 days, hear the lecture again and then chant.
Prabhuji,
See the point. So okay, I'll tell you a secret. I'll tell you. Read about Krishna daily. Read about Krishna. Nobody reads about Krishna. I'm telling you. In ISKCON, nobody reads about Krishna. If I ask you, tell me something about Krishna on this forum, nobody will be able to talk more than 5 minutes. I guarantee you. Nobody knows anything. Then how can you chant? Then how will you remember Krishna? Tell me. So we have to read about Krishna daily. Read Krishna book. Read 10th canto, and not just read. Relish Krishna's beauty, Krishna's pastimes. And then when you chant, you will be able to chant. Otherwise, it will just be struggle. It will just, we will never be able to chant. That's all. Finish. It's a full stop.
Yes, Prabhuji, that's the word you use, relish. Till the time we don't relish, it's not a chant. Yeah.
Okay, so I think, thank you very much. I just want to.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. So Mataji, Priyanka Mataji, I can say that in Bhakti Sangha we have so many classes, so you can join daily with us and you can have a Krishna Katha every day, so that we can together. We also have chanting time also, so you can come and join us in chanting also, so that we will get some hope. I think I cannot guarantee also. So thank you so much, Prabhuji. I don't see any more hand raised or questions. So devotees, let's pay our obeisances to Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji, for coming on the call and giving such a wonderful class. We wish you to come again and again to relish us in Krishna Katha. Vanchakalpatrupasya kripa sindhubheva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha.
Ki jai.
Keshavanand Prabhu ji ki jai. All glories to the assembled devotees on the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji.